In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use the ISERROR function in Excel. First, open Microsoft Excel and get your worksheet ready. The ISERROR function is a simple but very useful tool when you want to check whether a value or formula returns an error. In Excel, errors can appear in several forms, including division by zero, missing references, invalid names, and other common error types. What ISERROR does is test a value and return true if it finds any Excel error, or false if everything is fine. This is especially helpful when you want your spreadsheet to look cleaner and be easier to understand. To see how it works, let's use a basic example. Imagine you have sample data with two columns, number 1 and number 2. In a third column, you calculate the result by dividing the first number by the second. For example, one row might be 20 divided by 4, which gives 5. Another row might be 15 divided by 0, which creates the Excel error for division by 0. In this example, the formula in the result column is A2 divided by B2. Now let's go through the first method, which is the recommended way to check whether a cell contains an error. Select a blank cell next to your formula result. Then type equals ISERROR. Open a parenthesis, select cell C2, and close the parenthesis. Press Enter. Excel will return false if the value in C2 is a normal result and true if C2 contains an error. Once that works, copy the formula down through the rest of the rows. This gives you a quick error check for each result in the column. So if the result is 5, you'll see false. If the result is a division by 0 error, you'll see true. Next, let's use ISERROR in a more practical way by replacing errors with a custom message. Select a blank cell and enter this formula equals IF, open parenthesis, ISERROR, open another parenthesis, A2 divided by B2, close the parenthesis, comma, quotation mark, invalid calculation quotation mark, comma, A2 divided by B2, and then close the final parenthesis. Press Enter, then copy the formula down. Instead of showing an error, Excel will display the message invalid calculation whenever the formula fails. For valid rows, it will still show the correct result. As an extra tip, if you're only trying to handle errors from a formula, you may prefer IFERROR, which is shorter and easier to read. But if you specifically want to test whether something is an error, ISERROR is the function to use. And that's how to use the ISERROR function in Excel.